The weather tomorrow will be hot as... And we will praise the Lord's return.
So be sure to call 1-800-SCAM-YOU now. You're now tuning into the BNP Podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bits and Pieces Podcast. It's been a while since we've seen you, and as always, I'm your host, Nick, joined by my best friends,
Jose,
Gus,
and Alejandro.
And we all here, we up in this bitch today, recording another episode of the BNP Podcast. It's been quite a few weeks since a podcast episode. We have recorded some other stuff. We have recorded a couple D&D episodes, right, Jose?
Yep.
That's Jose's project. We haven't yet decided if we're doing that. Because Alejandro was telling me that there's a way to do, you have one channel, and then you have other channels,
little sub-channels.
Sub-channels. I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'll learn how to do it, and then we can do that and have that can be its own thing, right? So you manage that, boom, that's its own thing. And then, have, other shit on other sub-channels. That would be pretty cool. That's it's better organizationally. Mm-hmm. It's better because you're on your own timetable. There's no, hey, I'm logged into the account right now, and then it gave me an email that someone else is you know what I mean? All that, bullshit. Because I was getting, 7 emails the other night when I was setting up my cell phone and signing into stuff. It was suddenly telling me, hey, by a reminder, there's been, 4 other computers that signed into your account. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember. So just, you can keep track of your own stuff, and then, just so that way it's separate but together, if that makes sense.
Right. Separate but equal.
Yeah, separate but equal. We're gonna go there. We're going there now. But anyway, I think it'll be a good idea for that. But anyway, so we recorded some stuff, in that nature, and that was actually really fun. I've had a lot of fun DMing. I like it.
Yeah.
good.
Getting better. Oh yeah, I guess finally got to play.
I guess you go ahead and you tell it.
Yeah, because the farthest I ever made was making a character. That is it.
Poor Gus.
And if you guys have never played D&D, making a character takes quite a bit the first time.
Yeah, it's a pain.
It's an hour to an hour and a half around there.
Yeah, it takes a while. But I mean, hey, things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen. But anyway, as always, the Bits and Pieces Podcast strives to bring you the best in quality entertainment and the best of what we can do. And thanks to Alejandro, we have this really, really nice mixer, which you can't see. Alejandro, you want to tell us a little bit about it? It's kind of what it is, what it does.
It's Behringer. That's the brand's, the Euphoria series. They're usually sold out a lot. They're pretty cheap interfaces for what they have. Typically, a 2-port interface costs $100. This is a 4-port, and it costs $100. So it's a pretty good deal. They even have lower price version of them. I would recommend it, most likely. Yeah,
it's really nice. And so Alejandro bought this for his own personal stuff, and then luckily he's allowed us to use it for whenever he's free. We're allowed to use it, which is really cool. And I like it a lot. I'll probably get my own eventually, but definitely we're gonna have to borrow this for the stream so that way we can use it because it'd be super. It's super useful because then we can even I know you're against this idea, but you can daisy chain shit.
Yeah, you can, but
you're just no, it's not a great use.
It works. So
it works. Yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
So for our setup, we might even have my original little Behringer box plugged into that for 4 extra inputs for just other mics. I think we might do that for the boom mic, to be honest, because then those are gonna be the same volume anyway.
That's a lot of mics.
And on its own.
That is a lot of mics.
It is a lot of mics, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Anyway, what have you guys been up to this week, though? Just kind of these past couple of weeks, actually. Anybody done anything interesting? No?
Nothing for Labor Day now.
No. Working on
chill.
the D&D podcast episode a little bit.
Yeah. I'm
almost
working
there.
on a video that's actually really interesting.
Really? What's it about?
Basically, it's about... So this year is the 100th anniversary for RCC, right? On their 50th anniversary, a famous murder happened at the school, where the Zodiac. At the school. It was the Zodiac killing.
What?
And you know how there's a bunch of desks that were carved with poems of him and all the signs, and they're in the police station.
So did they ever tie that to Ted Cruz? They pinned Ted Cruz on that, right?
I don't know.
It's allegedly done by him.
That's why he had to drop out.
Allegedly.
So what's crazy is the murder happened on the 50th anniversary of RCC. The murder happened they found the body on October 31st on a Monday. This year is October 31st on a Monday.
Wow.
And it's the 100th anniversary.
Okay.
And it's the 50th anniversary of that murder.
All right.
I was like, so we're doing a 3-minute video on that.
Uh-huh.
And I'm playing someone who's like seeing the person who died and everything. And there's one part where I stand in the circle of the Zodiac killing. I have to step back, and then I start hearing like a creepy voice reading off the what's carved in one of the desks is like a little poem of what he wrote about the girl. Freaking creepy. So I'm gonna try and like record that in the most sadistic, crazy way I could do it.
So since it's been, what, you said 50 years?
It's been 50 years from this one killing.
And it's on the same day.
Same day, same everything.
Are you implying he's going to come back and do another murder?
No, Gus is going to channel his spirit. He's going to be possessed by the Zodiac Killer. Yeah. It's going to be the new Zodiac Killer.
If you go under images, you could see the actual like body and everything on images of the girl. It's like, it's kind of gory, but then you could also see the carving as well of the one of them.
This is Zodiac Killer. He operated in the
1960s,
60s and 70s.
Yeah.
5 confirmed dead, 2 injured, possibly 20 to 28 dead, claimed to have killed 37.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did some crazy shit.
What, didn't they find like a kid and that was supposed to be him? He like ended up shooting like his like sister or something with a shotgun, and
the whole like
there's like a bunch of evidence and just led to him, but I don't.
One of the things I read is that like the people he killed were all women, and there were women that rejected him in high school supposedly.
Ooh, spicy.
Ooh.
And like the other thing is that like when he killed this chick at RCC, he was stationed because he was part of the military at March Airfield Air Force Base, which is out in Moreno Valley in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, shoot. Like all this crazy stuff comes up.
I've like never heard of like the Zodiac Killer at the RCC campus.
Yeah,
like,
apparently
ever.
so. He killed someone there, and he went to school there.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, that makes it a lot better.
Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, here it is.
October 31st. There's
On
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah, let's open this full article. Let's read a little bit of this. All right.
It's like, oh yeah, this is my teacher is like really interested in this stuff. He showed us this actual article.
This article. So this is from Riverside City College Viewpoints. It says an associated. I've never been able to pronounce that word. Is it collegiate?
Collegiate?
Collegiate. Press, 2-time national. It's an award-winning newspaper. Let's put it that way. October 31st, 1991. There is a real murder in RCC's past. One of these Zodiac killings. Hollywood turned grisly for Riverside City College when the body of Sherry Jo Bates, an 18-year-old freshman, was found on campus at 6:30 a.m. on October 31st. Bates had gone to the library to study the night before and had not returned home. Her car was found to have been tampered with to prevent starting. Riverside County Deputy Coroner Mike Riley reported that Bates' cardioid, it's her microphone artery and voice box had been slashed. Her throat had been savagely hacked. I keep thinking of computers. He said, and she had suffered blows to the face, arms, and chest. She was not sexually molested, however. Bates' murderer was never found. It is widely believed that Bates was the first victim of the Zodiac Killer, who went on to claim at least 24 other victims, mostly in the Bay Area. The Zodiac, who police agencies characterize as a psychopathic genius, sent letters and newspapers claiming responsibility for his crimes. In his letters, he claimed to have killed to collect slaves to serve him in the afterlife. The Zodiac's hand-printed letters were signed with a distinctive logo, which authorities could distinguish his letters from those of copycats. The signature took the form of a scorecard. San Francisco Police Department 0, Zodiac 17. Yeah. Publicity-hungry killer often threatened more killings, and his media coverage were to wane. Zodiac never claimed specific responsibility for killing Sherry, but in a letter to the Los Angeles Times, he credited the Blue Meanies police for stumbling across my Riverside activity, but they are only finding the easy ones. The letter stopped in the mid-1970s. Authorities assumed the killer is either dead, incarcerated in prison, or in a mental hospital, his identity unrealized. In his last letter to the San Francisco Chronicle, the Zodiac wrote that his next crime would be to shoot out the tires of a school bus and kill the children as they exited. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's like I didn't know that was a thing, like in Riverside at least.
Yeah, so there's like, so he's pinpoint to the crime, but then they're also saying, well, she just broke up with her boyfriend, and like he could have done, but there's no evidence on that either. And when the Zodiac sent the letter in, he knew every gruesome detail that the police didn't even share.
Wow.
Yeah, like you could find the body and everything on thing, but the crazy part is what was interesting was the carving on the desk where it's an actual poem.
Okay.
It's like super long. It's like, oh, okay, and at the end of it, you'd think it would be at the symbol.
Yeah.
But it's actually RH. I was like, okay, what would that stand for? His name or something? Before he was a Zodiac killer or something? I was like, a lot of interesting things.
Do we know anybody with their initials RH?
I'm trying to think, and I don't know.
I mean, you were doing too hot. You were just like, wonder.
I can actually bring up the desk thing. I have it right here of what it says.
Okay.
So, sick of living, unwilling to die. So that's like the title of it. Cut, clean, if red, clean, blood spurting, dripping, spilling, all over her new dress. Oh well, it was red anyway. Life draining into an uncertain death. She won't die. This time. Someone find her. Just wait till next time. RH. That was carved in one of the desks.
Dang.
Interesting.
He should have became a poet instead of a killer.
He should have. The next Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah. And
Robert
the video
Hemingway.
I'm gonna say that whole line, but in like the most like cocky, sadistic way. Because I'm also like the main character in it, so I was like, okay, I can't make it sound like me.
Just have Edward say it.
Can we get a sneak preview?
And once we start filming it on Monday.
Can you show us a bit of your character?
No, I'm just supposed to be like a freaked out character. For I was like, oh crap, I see her and her her outfit she was wearing that day, but it's like little shadows. But I will be like, we're gonna end it where I'm at the murder scene because that place is still there, and the people who lived there when it happened still live there and are alive. And if you ask them like a question about it, they will not talk about it. I was like, shoot.
They probably did it.
Yeah, they probably did it. Like, this bitch. But
Did you guys do it? Did you do it?
Honestly, they probably just don't want to, like, they don't care for it. They're just like, eh.
They were freaked out. That's what
Fuck y'all.
It's like there's a dead body next to our house. And it's like right there by the new administration building. It's like right across from it.
Was it the people that lived there 50 years ago still live there?
Yeah.
So they're like 80, 70, 80?
They're really old.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably don't remember much of it anyways, probably.
That's true. That's an interesting. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh, okay. Our teacher like really likes like talking about it or like looking up new information.
He's
like,
the Zodiac killer.
And he says like, you guys gonna do this, but it's gonna be a lot of work by the way you guys are talking about it. So I was like, give us more time.
It'll be worth it.
I'll give you guys more time.
It'll be worth it when it comes out. Nice.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. But yeah, so that's what Gus has been doing.
Yep.
Let's see.
Making little videos.
What have I done? I started driving my car again, so that's fun.
You got new tires, right?
New tires, yes. They feel really nice. They grip well. I cleaned them up. I still got to paint the front rims, but yeah, so it's coming together. Let's see. I got that new phone we're recording on today.
That new old phone?
That new old phone. Yeah, I got an iPhone SE, so it looks like an iPhone 5, but it has the insides of an iPhone 6S for the price that was cheaper than an iPhone 6. So it's a lot of things. That just means it was the cheapest iPhone available. Even at the highest capacity, it was cheaper than the next model. And yet, everything inside of it was the exact same as this year's model, before the iPhone 7, obviously. Mm-hmm. So it came out to me to be like a good price, because I was like, okay, I got 64 gigs, got that 4K, which looks pretty good. It's just not something... You know how you see movies that are just like Sony Digital 4K? Yeah. And it's like, okay, Sausage Party was in 4K, but it was an animated film. A regular film is typically like not like the whole thing is not shot like all the way in 4K. Sometimes it's upscaled, or sometimes it is all 4K. It's like a mix, but the whole like output is in 4K. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Kind of like when I think it was J.J. Abrams was like, yeah, Star Wars has scenes shot in 70 millimeter, and it was like one scene. And it was just like, it was this ultra wide, super nice pan, but that was the only scene filmed like that. Yeah, so it's 4K is one of those things where it's like, especially for amateur filmmakers or something small, it's like, you're not going to shoot your entire project in 4K because there's no purpose to it.
Yeah, why would you?
Especially because, like, okay, yeah, editing, it does help a lot, but then once you go to render it, you're fucked. Have fun. But I mean, like, certain shots I think would be cool. Like, I can pinpoint, like, maybe in that Pokemon Go video we did, Gus. Yeah. Like, a shot in 4K that would have been cool was, like, that one, remember where I walked with the camera around to kind of show the city? Yeah. When we were on top of the parking garage? That would have looked cool in 4K, just because it would have given that extra little pop with colors and stuff. Small scenes, I think, would be cool to film like that. But a whole thing is kind of pointless. Then it just kind of,
Yeah. Actually, speaking of that Star Wars, J.J. Abrams directed, apparently Daniel Craig was actually in it.
Craig was in it?
Yeah, what did he do? 007. He was he was a stormtrooper that was guarding Rey. Like they didn't show his face or anything.
But the one that walks out, the one that she tells walk away.
The one that got tricked.
Yeah, the one that got tricked. Wow. Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that.
Like there was a whole like, top 10 thing of like famous actors that you didn't know were in movies.
Wow, interesting.
It was like he was in there. Like we all knew like what's his name, Sean Penn from Shaun of the Dead was in there.
Oh, not Sean Penn.
Not Sean Penn. I don't know why I'm thinking him, but the guy from Simon Pegg. There you go, Simon Pegg.
Like I know Nick Frost. Yeah. What's the other guy's name? Simon Pegg.
Yeah, he was that big like. Guy
he was the big CGI dude.
Yeah. I was like, okay, we all knew that, but I never knew that Daniel Craig was in there.
I didn't either. That's interesting. That's a nice fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna I'm gonna use this phone to shoot like different like podcast stuff and then like different videos and whatnot. We're using it today just because I don't have the tripod at home today. That's the only reason. Otherwise, we would have still used the Canon, so that way I would have more time to like figure out like specific lighting and stuff. But it shoots nice. It does 720p, 1080 at 30 and 60, and then the 4K at 30. So it works. The slow-mo is really cool. That's super cool. You know that effect that people do when they film like a slow-mo video? It's like regular speed and it goes like the sound does that, and then it has this weird like not psychedelic, but like weird like sci-fi music behind it. It's like
spacey.
Yeah. The phone does that on it, so like it puts that in automatically. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool.
It's funny. I've never used a slow-mo on my phone.
Yeah, it's really neat. I ran it at the 720 240 frames, 240 frames, and it's like it is so cool. It's super nice. Like what did I do? I spilled water into the sink, and I recorded it, and it was just really neat. You could see all the little droplets like drop off. I'm like, oh, that's super cool. So I got some ideas for that. That'd be really cool to use. But other than that, it's just the only reason I got it was for the camera. So this is the test to see if I wasted money and I could have gotten something else, or if like it was a decent purchase. So we'll see.
Okay.
You can film Isaac taking those shots.
That's
in slow mo.
So what I'm doing in slow mo, and like was telling Alejandro the other day, there's an app. I forget what it's called. I have it on my Android, but I haven't put it on the other yet to mess around with it. But you can stream live back to it goes up to like an IP address. And then you pull that IP address as a source into your OBS, and it'll go on your stream. So when we take Isaac to the store, we still have to make that stretch goal, mind you. But when we take Isaac to the store to go buy alcohol, we're gonna be streaming it back home. And then whoever's controlling it can swap to that stream. And then once we're gonna he's gonna take those shots. We'll swap to the stream of the phone, showing him taking the shots in slow mo, so that on the stream it'll just be really slow and it'll be kind of funny. Yeah, it'll look really cool, I think, and so it'll up the production value a little bit. It's essentially that the thing is though is there is lag, so it's a beta app, so it is like there is going to be lag, and it's not insignificant. It's like 5 seconds. So it'll especially be weird when you hear us reacting to it, and then the phone is like 5 seconds back. So we'll have to. But that'll be something we have to plan out. Where it's just like, okay, we're gonna shut the mics off and only use what's on the phone for this purpose because it's 5 seconds off. But it shouldn't be that bad, and even if it is like that, like we'll just release that later and just cut to a normal camera that we'll be recording it with. But anyway, it'll be cool. It's gonna be a nice addition to like have just to mess around with, I guess. And then the other benefit is like my other phone shoots 1080p, so like that cleaned off should be able to just have like a nice benefit to just be able to use around. But anyway, so we're gonna be moving on to our Reddit shower thoughts topic. So. You guys were all here for Shower Thoughts, right?
Yes.
We did Shower Thoughts before already, this whole group? Okay. So the audience, if you haven't been here for Shower Thoughts before, we cut to a nice little intro I've made, which is semi-ASMR-ish. But it's got a nice little shower, you'll see, if you're watching on YouTube. If you're not, you will still hear it on shoutengine.com/BNP Podcast. And then we will go into some top shower thoughts, which I will let one of us explain when we cut to that. But yeah. We are going to cue that intro, and we will see you in Reddit Shower Thoughts.
The BNP Podcast presents Shower Thoughts from Reddit.
Welcome back to the Bits and Pieces Podcast. Once again, I am Nick, joined with
Jose
and Gus
and Alejandro.
And we are back with our Reddit Shower Thoughts segment. Once again, you can catch us on shoutengine.com/BNP Podcast or on YouTube at youtube.com/search the Bits and Pieces Podcast, BNP Podcast, whatever you want to search. But a main link to the podcast playlist would be bit.ly/BNP Video Podcast. That'll take you directly to the podcast playlist. You can watch all our video podcasts that started, I think, on episode 48 or 46 was the first video podcast. Since then, I've skipped a few episodes video, or we just haven't done a few episodes. But there's quite a few on there. But definitely. Anyway, Reddit shower thoughts. As you may or may not know, a shower thought is a absent-minded thought that you might have while showering or doing some sort of menial activity. So just kind of like a daydream. So our first shower thought for this week will be, when older generations say that this generation is terrible, they're really saying they sucked as parents.
Nice.
Too real. I want to check the comments on that one, though. Let's see. And as always, in the video podcast, you can see what we're reading. In the audio, I will leave links in the link dump so you can follow along if you would like. Let's see. The top comment is, if I had $1 for every time someone said this generation sucks, I would probably have enough money to buy a house in the economy that their generation ruined.
They wouldn't be wrong.
Would not be wrong. Reaganomics.
I mean, like, that specifically applies to like our generation.
Yeah, specifically to ours.
Or help fund the education system their generation ruined. Wow.
Or help pay for the medication they jacked up the price on.
Oh,
or get that vaccination they invented but say will kill us.
That is very true as well.
Yeah, okay. Or help pay for a new enclosure for a certain gorilla they shot. Oh, dicks out. That didn't take long. I'll show myself out.
I love how they're like connected to each other, but they're all different people.
That's why I like Reddit. I like that this happens.
Hey, it's me, your testes.
That Richard to you. That's Richard to you, I think. Man, I still don't get what the fuck this Harambe thing is. I didn't internet for a week, and this is what I get. Google it. Basically, a gorilla that got killed while taking care of a baby that fell into its enclosure at the zoo, and now he's a meme. Who drops a baby into a gorilla enclosure? A terrible other. I feel like she should have been shot. Harambe would have taken care of the kid better. I thought the others were meant to eat kids, not give them to gorillas. Wasn't a baby, a toddler. He fell after leaving his mother's sight. Then Harambe started hurting the boy. There's videos of it. They shot him. Now everyone misses Harambe. Harambe was never hurting the boy. Harambe was showing care.
How big was like the enclosure that the kid fell into?
It was really big.
Like how did he
had
climb
like
up
a river,
and then like, oh wow.
I don't know how that. This is. Let me put it this way.
Like how did he fall?
How the kid fell?
Yeah.
He just climbed in, but it goes down. Like how he like fell in. I'm surprised he didn't like paralyze himself or something like in the first place.
Yeah. Harambe was kind of hurting him, but because of people were freaking yelling.
Harambe was hurting him because he was dragging him around.
Yeah.
He wasn't like intentionally hurting him.
Because he was a silverback, right?
Yeah, he was a silverback, but he was like scared because everybody was yelling and like, oh, they're gonna hurt the kids. So it was like, go back to one of our podcasts. We talk about this.
Yeah, we talked about Harambe before. What vaccinations are you talking about? All of them. People have opposed vaccination since their invention, which is stupid. Why is there no polio? Prayer sure as fuck didn't do anything to stop it. Very true. It says, to be fair, it was the generation before their generation that generated the vaccine. That went too deep. My mom took my PS3. PS3 is it 2008? Do kids have PS4s now? They are very expensive. Now we have PS4 Pro, great consoles like onions. They have layers. Ooh. Got that Shrek.
Sony claims that their 4K.
Their 4K has layers. All right. That's a good one. Well, I don't think we can blame everything on the previous generation, but we can blame a lot. But I feel it is a cop-out still. Like, I mean, come on. You know? Yeah. Come on. Get real here. But it is a funny thing to think about. A good joke. Anyway.
Oops. It's like blaming, Barack Obama for everything, even though it was like before him.
Yeah.
Even before
Barack Obama for
Bush.
ISIS, right?
Yeah, Barack Obama caused ISIS. Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good point. People who buy the iPhone 7 will not be able to catch it midair when they drop it by holding the earphone cable. Now, that is not true. You still can. There is still wired headphones out there. It's just going to be plugged in through the charge port.
So how does it work now? Like, I didn't see it like how it looked.
Okay, so it looks exactly like an iPhone 6.
Okay.
So Gus can take out his phone. Looks exactly like an iPhone 6 and a 6 Plus.
Headphone port.
There's no auxiliary port.
Pretend the auxiliary port, the 3.5 millimeter port, is just covered up. So just pretend the little port on the bottom is covered up. It's not there, and there's an extra speaker grill. because it's stereo speakers now.
Oh, okay.
So let's pretend it's
So now
got that.
They're both at the bottom.
Yeah. So now pretend there's like that, and then your headphones, the ones that come packaged in, will now just have a lightning adapter, which is the charge cable plug. So they plug right into the bottom. You can do that. You can't charge and listen at the same time without an adapter. Inside the box comes in a lightning adapter that kind of, headphone jacks kind of lock in like real nice and tight. It'll lock in like nice and tight, and then on the other end, it'll have a aux cable that you plug in your headphones to. So it's gonna be a little thing that you plug into the bottom. It's like a hassle.
People are gonna lose that thing.
Yeah, but it's okay. Apple's got you. They sell another one for $9 a pop. But the main thing is that while funny, that I feel that shower thought was not thought all the way through. That shower wasn't long enough.
You need a longer shower.
You need a longer shower to think that all the way through, because you can still connect wired headphones. They come with wired headphones. Just most people are not gonna use them. They're just gonna get Bluetooth headphones. And I'm sure someone put that in the.
I like that one right there.
Which one? Binge watching?
Yeah.
You want to read it out for us?
Yeah, sure. So if you binge watch a TV show for 8 hours, it's more socially acceptable than playing a video game for 2 hours.
Yep.
And I can just growing up playing games, I can play a game for an hour, and then there's just an issue with that.
Yeah. Hey.
With my parents, and then I can watch TV for 6 hours, and they're okay with that.
Yeah, no one gives a. Yeah.
That is so true.
And you're less involved when you're watching TV. If you're playing a game, at least you're kind of
you're
active in it.
You're doing something.
Talking to people if you're playing online. Shoot.
Yeah. Playing online taught a lot of people social skills. I mean, just the other day I had to deal with some kid calling me. Hey, it happens, right?
Yeah.
Children are the most honest souls.
Yeah.
So Nick, really?
They're the most biggest assholes out there.
So it's like, Nick, really?
Yeah.
Does this work like that? Oh, that doesn't work like I thought it would. I thought it would have pulled up the camera, like we were saying, can you Chromecast what your camera shows? It doesn't. I wanted to write down the timestamp, but whatever. 27 minutes. I'll just remember that. Anyway. But I want to read the comments for that because that is pretty true. It says, I have a PS4 and I use it for mostly Netflix since most games don't amuse me. Boo. I grab the joystick, then I hear, man, you barely get home and you're already going to play games? And even though I almost never play any games. And this is the same person that watches every day at least 3 hours of soap operas. I know. I don't know. They judge me for playing or watching Netflix, but they feel good pretending they're mentally healthy or whatever.
Well, the whole thing is that there's a stigma around playing video games because it's viewed as childish and something for children. And
right here. I'm surprised that some people still think video games are just for kids. Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
Even there's a whole bunch of crap on it.
You're now the moderator of Pyongyang. I clicked that subreddit to make sure. Ooh. I'm scared. Should we click it? Are we going down this rabbit hole?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's go down it. Let's go see if we see Alice.
What? There's a subreddit called Pyongyang. Is this I feel like this is a troll.
It's about Kim Jong-un, it seems like. Yeah.
Do you guys think this is a troll subreddit?
Probably is.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Korea.
You can't lie on the internet.
So. No, these are Korean
websites.
Let's click one. See what happens.
Takes you to some new thing.
Some North Korean troops drop out from the sky and they kidnap us. No, these are propaganda websites. Because look, why would they show a picture of him at some fake ass garden?
He looks really happy though.
Everything's all good. Everything's all good.
Yeah, that's why he's that's why he's so happy.
No problem.
Hey, is it me or do you guys see that wreck building in the very, very background that's really small?
Where, all the way at the top?
I'm joking.
Oh. Yeah, this has to be a propaganda website.
They just did another nuclear test too.
Yeah.
Where they had the biggest seismic event.
Yeah.
It's just their way of saying
so far.
No, we're cool. Look at me. I'm in this fruit garden. I like basketball.
So we'll definitely put that in the link dump. That's pretty funny. But yeah, there's still a stigma behind video games, and it's people are just no, it's for kids. You got to stop doing that.
Maybe they should have got an Xbox. It would have been better.
I mean, it's still gonna be the same thing. People still gonna use it for Netflix.
It's like sports and esports, man.
Yeah. That's true. Let's do one more. That's kind of funny. Kim Jong-un is probably the biggest threat to the world peace. But if you type Kim in Google, Kim Kardashian still comes up first.
It was more important.
I don't know, Lil Kim probably. With the iPhone not having a headphone jack makes you appreciate all the times my earbuds saved my phone from hitting the ground. God damn it, people, please. What's the can I help you is about
that
the nicest
wrong.
way to say what the fuck are you doing here?
So that whole thing about Kim Kardashian comes first is wrong.
What comes up first?
Kim Jong-un, then Kim Kardashian.
Wasn't it like relative to what you searched a lot of times?
That could be true. Yeah. So if you never search, yeah.
But go to images after just typing Kim. See who pops up first.
Under images?
Yeah.
I'll see. Let's go images. If it works. All right. Kim DiMaggio.
What?
Then Kim Jong-un. Then Kim Woo Bin.
I meant like just search just the word Kim.
Just Kim?
Yeah,
right.
and see who the first person is.
Kim.
Ooh.
Kim Kardashian.
Yep. Yeah, see? There you go.
Let's go. There's Kim. I think that's Kim Jong-un. I don't know. Who the hell? Oh, Paris Hilton shows up. Okay, I see that.
But where's Ray J? You got Paris Hilton, but no Ray J?
Wait. I saw something. Oh, no, that's Kanye. Just full on Kim Kardashian.
These aren't wireless headphones.
But they are.
I'm gonna check. Let's see. Let's do Kim.
Kim Kardashian came for you.
Kim Kardashian came up. Look at this.
Kim, you've been searching Kim, huh?
I think it's because I read TMZ.
All right, so I typed in Kim in just regular Google search. First thing I see, top story: Kim Kardashian reveals making a murder obsession and morbid.
Oh, see, that's what we were saying.
Oh,
what were
you
you
go.
using? Bing?
Bing.
No, I'm using Google.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you were like, no, Kim DiMaggio showed up first.
I was using Google. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
because
well,
I don't
here-
search up
here-
Kim
here's-
Kardashian.
Well, it's related to what you search a lot of the time, so.
Let's actually let's click this one. This is kind of interesting. Let's see.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw when
Kim
I just typed in
Kardashian
there.
reveals making a murder obsession and morbid career dreams for North and Saint. Really? What does she want them to be? Killers? This is like really blown up.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian West wants her children to be forensic investigators. That's not morbid. That's just cool. The 35-year-old who has a 3-year-old daughter named North and a 10-month-old daughter named son named Saint, with Kanye, has admitted she's obsessed with crime shows and would like to see her children become investigators. I'm gonna be that annoying pushy mom and say I want to live vicariously through my daughter and or son, and have them be a forensic investigator. Said her obsession with morbid things can be traced back to her father, late attorney Robert Kardashian, working with his friend OJ during a murder trial in the 1990s.
Great.
Wow. Awesome.
Cool.
That's cool. Oh, too far. It says, I was really nosy when my dad was working with the OJ trial, and I would look through all his stuff, and I just wish I was in that field. That's the only type of TV I really like to watch. So she knows what really happened, right?
Not really.
She knows.
See,
the
they could have
answer.
put that in the show and make it, that was actually real if she's actually telling the truth. Instead of putting like, oh, no, don't shoot.
But then the government would
Don't
censor
shoot
it.
yourself in my daughter Kimmy's room when it's not even Kim Kardashian's room. It was actually Khloe's or someone else's.
That's funny.
I was like, oh yeah, use the name because it's worth money.
Anyway, all right. Audio podcast, as per tradition, gets a music break during this time, roughly. Video podcast gets some sort of ad that is made for. It's not an ad. It's just an ad for one of our things. So it's I guess a trailer. So maybe I'll make something special, but usually it's like an Extra Life trailer. So to preface that, I guess, remember that Extra Life is on November 5th of this year. It's a 24-hour gaming marathon that we're putting on. We joined Extra Life, and so we pledged to help the local children's hospitals in our area. So every and any donation that you make on bit.ly/BNP Extra Life, right? That's the link. Right? No, that may not be the link. Let me check. Okay. Let me restart that little rant. Any and all donations you make to Extra Life through the link bit.ly/ I think, you know what? It's BNP Team. bit.ly/BNP Team pops up my face, Gus's face, and Miguel's face. Any donation you make to any of those pages will go to Chalk. And so, it goes directly to the hospital, helps the kids out directly there. Oh, I can test it right now.
You should just put the link in big, bold blue letters on the screen.
I will. Yeah, bit.ly/BNP Team. Let's wait for this.
It's going.
I was going to do it on my phone, but the computer came up, so. Yep. Yeah, that comes up. Actually, our YouTube stuff comes up too. That's funny. But yeah, that was the first thing that came up. Yeah, yep, right there. So we currently have $200, and I don't know how to put stretch goals on that page. I think you can. But as it currently stands, we have a few stretch goals to make. If I want to find them, I'll find those during the break. So I'll talk about them when we come back. But yeah, so bit.ly/BNP team, get your donations in. You before on November 5th, however you want to do that. They count all the way until the end of the year for this calendar year. But our counting for stretch goals will end at 8 a.m. November 6th. So to get anything in for those stretch goals, they do need to be before November 5th. But yeah, so join us for that. We'll be playing video games. We're definitely gonna be playing PT. We're gonna sit my cousin in front of a TV. She's never seen anything on PT. She doesn't know what it's about. Doesn't know anything, which I find absolutely absurd. But she doesn't play video games, so you kind of figure, okay, I get it. You don't really know a lot about it. So that's going to be really funny. We're going to dim the lights down as dark as they can go without looking shitty with the webcam and stuff. Yeah, we're going to give her some noise canceling headset. And we're going to sit her in front of the TV really fucking close. And then we're all going to sit behind her and pretty much just have mics. She's not going to be able to hear us, and she's going to hear the game, and we're going to, commentate on the game a little bit. So that'll be a nice block. We met the stretch goal for that. Another one, I believe we have the Amiibo stretch goal met, so we're gonna fight with some Amiibos. And let's see what else. Cards Against Humanity is gonna be a nice block, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a break in the middle of the stream, clear the living room. We're gonna put a big table in the middle, and then we're gonna play various card games, just different stuff. That'll be like an actual on its own 2-3 hours. If we think we can fill that. If not, just a couple games of something just to kind of break it up a little bit. Right. It's not all about video games, just about having fun with friends and stuff. Games of any sort. If during the day anybody wants to go out and play basketball, they can go do that. Just take a camera, go film it, and then come back and we'll upload it onto the stream, and we can take a little bit of a break. Yep. But yeah, we'll be here for 24 hours, so that'll be really fun. Join us on Twitch. I'll put the link up in the video and in the link dump, because that one I do not know the link off the top of my head. But anyway, so we will be back after the music break for the audio podcast and after the Extra Life ad for the video podcast.
Hi, I'm Nick Esparza from the Bits and Pieces podcast. This year, I decided to join Extra Life. Extra Life is a Children's Miracle Network Hospital's fundraising program that empowers the gaming community to make a difference in the lives of local sick and injured kids. Participants fundraise year-round and during a 24-hour gaming marathon each fall. Video games, board games, even card games. This year, that stream happens to fall on November 5th, 2016, starting at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Children's Miracle Network Hospitals is a group of 170 hospitals that rely on your donations to provide the best care for kids. Since 2008, Extra Life has raised over $14 million for this cause, and it has gone towards things such as critical treatments, research, and equipment, as well as helping the families who cannot afford this care. There are a few ways I would ask you to help. Donate to anybody on the Bits and Pieces team roster. We could all use your help reaching our donation goal. Spread the word to your friends and family, gamers and non-gamers alike. That always helps. Watch the stream on November 5th via twitch.tv. The stream may not be suitable for all audiences, however. For my personal friends and family, I have a special challenge for you. I would like you to donate and come and help us on the stream. Come play some video games with us, feed us, take naps with us, whatever we happen to be doing at the time. It'll be really fun, awesome. I encourage that. I encourage you guys to get involved with me. But please note, as I said before, the stream may not be suitable for all audiences. Stick around for links on more information on Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. Thanks. To learn more about Extra Life, visit extra-life.org. To donate to a team member, visit bit.ly/BNP team, then click on a team member to see which hospital they are supporting. And to watch the stream, visit twitch.tv/BNP Podcast. We'll see you there.
Okay, and welcome back to the Bits and Pieces podcast. Again, Jesus. It's so weird not having to turn on the camera on and off, because that gives me that mental break. But anyway, so as you hopefully saw, there was an Extra Life ad in between, and I actually have the Extra Life stretch goal list up. Well, I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. Anyway, we've met the PT playthrough between 10 and midnight to kick off the Too Spooky for Me block of the stream. $100 already met. Great job, donors. Thank you. My Amiibo is better than your Amiibo Smash Bros. Battle with only Amiibo's 3-stock battle at 125. We've met that. Thank you once again. Nick, Rudy, and Gus Vegas Spanking video release live during the November 5th Extra Life stream, probably during prime time. So I'm thinking 8 p.m. Pacific Standard, between 6 and 8, maybe right before the PT thing, 10 o'clock. I don't know. I'm thinking 6 to 10, somewhere in there we'll release it, and then we'll probably play it again just to replay it. 150, we definitely made that. Thank you. A impromptu rap battle. Kind of thinking to swap that, but I'm not sure. If we can come up with a better idea, that's flexible. It's a good idea, but I just don't know how many people will actually want to do it and how long, like how much time it'll take up.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm worried about it not taking up enough time. I'm worried about it just being a 5-minute thing and like, okay, we're done.
Good on paper, but hard to execute.
Yeah,
correctly.
and then it's like, wow, that was a pretty high amount for it being like just that. So we might push that down a little bit. Just if like people still want to do it, okay, we'll still do it. It's just maybe not as a goal. We'll swap that out with something else.
Yeah, the rap battle might turn into like a Yo Mama thing as well. It's like it's not rap battle anymore. It's Yo Mama's jokes.
Maybe like a karaoke thing.
You could do like a roast or something.
A roast?
Yeah, a roast might be
Who
cool.
are we gonna roast?
Yeah,
Nick.
We could roast anyone. We could roast each other.
Yeah,
we can roast
just
each
go in a
other.
circle.
My brother loves roasting, so he might like to do that.
Yeah.
Guys, people are gonna cry. You're gonna make people cry on stream. Is
That's
that what you want?
That makes it
I'll
real
say
raw.
mean things.
Yeah, it's a roast.
That's
dude.
the whole point.
Yeah. And then we have a newly added goal. Gus said that at $200, which we've met, he would cut. Well, he said he would do this. We just hadn't decided on an amount, so we just decided on an amount. Gus will cut his hair. Gus, you want to show the camera where you'll cut your hair?
Yeah, so I'll be cutting it right where the ponytail is, and that's gonna be donated, and then after that, it'll also be dyed.
So he's gonna dye. He's gonna dye what's left of his hair.
What's left? Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Can you dye your beard too? Is that a thing?
You
Yeah,
could,
you
but I'm
can.
not gonna do that.
Oh,
I'm
is that? Can we make that an extra amount?
No. It's too far.
But
Yeah.
that you can cut the next day.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like not sure on the color. It's either gonna be pink, purple, or blue. Those are the 3 colors I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, we still have a nice sizable gap, so we might have some extra stuff that we toss in. But the next like set in stone stretch goal is 4 Locos drinking 4 Loko. Essentially, there's a buy-in amount for each 21 plus member of the Bits and Pieces podcast that wants to partake. It's pretty much 4 Loko is one of the worst alcohols ever made on the face of the planet.
Oh my god.
And whoever volunteers and buys into the contest, mind you, is all for donation. So every dollar that's further donated into this like betting pool is donated right back into Extra Life.
Yeah.
So the buy-in is like $5. And then
when Rudy bought that damn
yeah,
thing,
first person to finish donates an additional $1. Second person donates $5. Third person donates $10, and fourth person donates $15. For a total of $51 donated additional for the kids. So just by this goal being completed, there'll be an automatic $51 donated back into Extra Life.
Yep.
So that'll be really cool. So pretty much, I guess the rule for that would be drink it faster than your neighbor if you don't want to donate as much, but also be careful because if you throw up, we're gonna be kind of upset. So please do not.
It's an automatic
do that.
loss, right?
That's
there.
an automatic loss. Yeah, if you choke, gag, well, okay, gagging is fine, but if you spit up anything, like even just a little bit, no, that's an automatic loss.
Well, what
I'm
if they
sorry.
spit in a cup and then drink the cup?
I will rescind that loss.
This is also Nick's
See,
rules for women
I
as
think you
well.
should like
If you
make
choke,
us sign a
if you
waiver.
choke, you can
$1.
gag.
You can
But if you
gag.
spit it up, you're out.
You're out. Get out of here.
What if they threw up into a bucket and then drank all that?
No, that's still an automatic. Throwing up is an automatic loss. Kind of like that and spit what you just had in your mouth.
Yeah.
And then drink that. I guess go ahead. See, I can't be the judge because I want to partake, so I can't be the judge. So maybe we'll have to defer to a judge for these rules. But anyway, the next one after that is a large goal again. So if you have any stretch goals, please suggest them somewhere, whether it be on our social media accounts or through the comments on the podcast or YouTube. Isaac of the BNP Podcast plays the Binding of Isaac and takes 1 drink per death or 1 shot every 3 deaths, up to 3 sets. So up to 9 deaths. After that, we'll just cut him from playing.
That's a lot of shots.
The max shots he would ever take
3.
would be 3.
3. Okay.
Because we thought of doing it every death, and then we were like,
what if
no.
he just takes 3 shots and then plays?
He could do that.
I think
If he
that's-
wants to do that, he can do that too. However he wants to do it, but
Because if you do that, like he's not gonna feel it until like half an hour later anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So
But I mean, that's when you start getting into the game. Like,
Yeah.
well, it depends how fast he does.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's never played the game, and that's why we were banking on him just immediately dying. But the drink would be here's your beer bottle, or here's your 12 ounces of beer. You just take a swig. That's your drink.
What's
and
like the time limit on like that? Like,
for that one?
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna again defer to a judge and just make it someone random and just be like,
okay.
until you're happy,
Okay.
or until if he's just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like if he finishes one beer, I'm just gonna be like, okay, that's fair.
Oh, I was thinking you could also like feel free to have like anyone else do the same thing if they want.
Yeah,
to.
if anyone else wants to do the same thing, totally fine.
Yeah.
We can definitely
like in case it like ends too quickly.
Yeah, we
you
can have
do
someone
that.
else do it. Yeah, because that is quite a bit of money. The amount for that one is $420.69.
Mm-hmm.
Pure silence. I'm just gonna dip out the mics at that point, so it's just silent. And just us staring at the camera.
Is that like the last one that's been planned out?
Yes.
That's the last planned.
And that's how much?
$400. $420.69.
Damn.
Okay.
If we reach that, I haven't thought of any other ones because that was pretty much like my big hurrah. Like I have no idea what else that can be done.
If we get 500, everybody has to take their dick out for her on.
So the 4 Locos is at 250.
That's 250.
And then that'll bump it up automatically.
That'll bump it up
300.
automatically to 301.
Okay.
Which shortens up the gap a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
And it makes it so there's only $120.69 left to go till Isaac's thing.
Mhm.
But after that, I have no idea what else. That's pretty much like,
Kickstand.
no, because then we have to get the cake, and that's
Yeah.
kind of not worth it. I mean, I don't know. There could be like other stuff, I guess. Like we could have.
I mean, we could just do things too in between that are gonna happen regardless.
Mhm.
Without.
Dude,
We could do like certain games that like we all hate, but we'll have to play. But we know we own.
What game do we all hate?
Dude, we could play Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader? Fuck that game. That game fucking stupid.
We could play fighting games because everyone hates playing against me.
We survive
care.
3 rounds against Alejandro and make it stop.
Dude, you know what? I should have bought that thing when we went to Vegas, the giant boot glass. If anybody's seen Beer Fest, the movie, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
I'm
well,
talking about I'm a Jew or something like that.
I should be going the first week, so I was gonna pick up. I was gonna buy one of those big margarita guitars.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy like 2 of them.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily full, but I'm gonna at least buy 2 of them, and I was gonna let's just fill this up.
Because that's what the whole point of that boot thing is. You're like supposed to chug the drink, but at a certain point you need to turn the boot.
Where was that?
Huh?
Where was that?
They had it at Hoffenhaus before, but you could probably find them somewhere else. And it was
maybe
a big glass cup.
I'll search down one of those.
Because that's pretty cool because there's like a trick to when you're chugging it. You actually have to turn the boot to the left before that air bubble comes in.
See, but I don't want to make them all drinking goals. Like,
oh, we don't have to.
yeah,
Like, that would be
after
cool.
it, but like I don't know what
would do it.
We
else.
should have a hot dog eating contest.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be good. Hot dog eating contest like 600, maybe 500.
So everyone could sober up after they
Dude,
chew.
chicken
That's
nuggets
true.
eating
It's gonna be
contest.
like a $20 like product for $600. You know,
Yeah.
that
Just
doesn't
get
feel
McNuggets,
like
right?
the goal like
Just get
correlates
McNuggets.
with like how I.
Nuggets, yeah.
We could do like I'm like, oh, what about a crank calling contest? I'm just like, I want to do something that's not gonna get us arrested.
Yeah.
You're gonna call 911.
Take a Ouija board out to the murder scene of the Zodiac Killer at RCC.
Yeah, if someone's still sober to drive us there.
Yeah. Probably would be.
Yeah, because then I'm like, what about fireworks? I'm like, well, fireworks are illegal in Riverside because we live where
We're
it's
just
not
gotta
fun.
go to.
You shouldn't say
Montana
we
for
live in
Rialto.
Riverside. That was your first mistake.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
first. I'll bleep it out. But yeah, fireworks are illegal and bleep. We just got to go up the street. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
I'll think of something. Anyway, if you have any suggestions, our current gaps are between 250 and 420, and 400 on. So yeah. Anyway, those are extra life goals. But as we close it up for this episode of the Bits and Pieces podcast, once again, I would like to remind you that you can find us online at shoutengine.com/BNP podcast. That is a link for our audio podcast that has all our episodes. We are probably currently on 15. This should be 60 or 59. 59 or 60. So all our previous episodes are on there. As well as some special edition episodes. We have a Life is Strange episode, a Halloween episode, another Life is Strange episode, just both spoiler casts. So we have all those on there. And to get our video podcast in which you get to see all our beautiful mugs, as well as a rotating cast of our friends on the podcast. That would be at youtube.com, search the Bits and Pieces podcast or the BNP podcast, or directly link to the playlist at bit.ly/BNP video podcast. And that's it. Does anybody have anything else to say real quick?
The Harambe meme's dead.
Investigate 311.
I got nothing after that.
Right. Harambe is dead. Please put your dicks back into your pants. And we'll see you guys on the next one.